Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to Commute Talk. It's a little bit gray today, but we got the sun coming out, so it's gonna be okay. Today, I thought I would talk about speedrunning because it's something I'm a fan of, and you're on my channel, so you get to hear about things I'm a fan of sometimes. Now, I don't do speedrunning myself, but I like to watch it, and I also really like to fall asleep listening to speedrunning for some reason. I find that putting on some like Super Nintendo speedrun with commentary really puts me to sleep easily at night. So I've been doing that for quite some time. But the thing I wanted to talk about is that the community around speedrunning I find very cool because they seem so open, and they're always looking for more people to join, and they always want to teach their games to people. So I watch some speedrunners that I do like, especially like Shiny Zenny, who runs Super Metroid, or Anthony Caliber, who runs The Last of Us. And both of those guys they're always trying to explain the tricks, and they're trying to teach people how to run the game as fast as they do. And they're always like making these instructional videos and stuff, like how to get past this part here as fast as possible, and how do I do this and that. And just this willingness or eagerness to share their knowledge, I find that really inspiring. And there doesn't seem to be this competitive mentality around hiding secrets. Of course, there's a huge competitive mentality because everyone wants to be the fastest, but they don't mind at all to teach someone else how to go just as fast, and then it all comes down to execution instead. And I think that's really awesome. It's like that's very sportsmanlike, I think, to want everyone to compete on an equal footing, and then just let the execution determine who's the winner. And why do I talk about this? It's because I feel very much the same about programming, that I really want everyone to have the opportunity to learn as much as they want to learn about programming. And that's why I put out so much content, partly because I just like programming and I like to show what I'm working on, but I also like to show people things that maybe they haven't seen, right? And if I can inspire someone, then that's super awesome. And I don't want to hold any secrets to programming myself, right? Like, I'm not trying to hoard secrets or tricks. I'm trying to share them with everyone continuously all the time. And I will talk to anyone about programming if somebody asks me. Now, of course, sometimes it's not practical. Like, sometimes I get some very, very long questions from people, or some big bundles of very long questions. And it's a little bit unpractical to engage with huge amounts of material that way. And I don't mean any disrespect. It's just, time is a finite resource, right? And we all know that. But anyway, I really, really find it awesome the way that the speedrunning community tries to bring in anyone who's interested, tries to bring them in and bring them up to speed, and bring them up to like the baseline. And I really want programming to be the same way, that when somebody gets interested and curious about programming, then the programming community or whatever, it really sees that curiosity and that eagerness to learn in new people, and just makes itself available for them. I mean, within reason, right? Like, it's not that we should give up everything that we're doing and help the beginners all the time, but there's some kind of a way to do this, I think. And I guess it's one of the things I'm trying to figure out with my YouTube channel, is how can I go about my business and do what I'm going to do anyway, while also at the same time making myself available for anyone who's curious, anyone who's learning, anyone who wants to learn the same tricks that I use. And I think so far it's working out pretty well. Now I get requests from time to time about making like tutorials or showing like how to do these beginner concepts and stuff, and that's not really my thing. And there's plenty of content available and plenty of material already in those styles. And what I'm trying to do is different, right? And but it seems to resonate with some people. So I think that there's space in the in the content market for my style. But I was supposed to talk about speedrunning. So so I like speedrunning, and it reminds me a lot of bodybuilding, I guess, because it's like the bodybuilding of video games. You got these like highly obsessive people who are just spending so much effort trying to shave off 1 second here, half a second there. And it reminds me a lot of like Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about his his deltoids or his calves or whatever, and how he wanted to shape them slightly differently. And I don't get into a lot of the traditional sports, but speedrunning I definitely get into, and I get hyped about it. And whenever there's some new world record in some game that I follow, then I definitely go and check it out. And what do I want to say with all this? I guess I just wanted to talk about how I love that they're trying to teach their games to new people, and I want to do the same, but I want to teach C++ and programming like the way that I've learned it. I want to share that with people so that if you want, you can get up to speed and like learn the same things that I've learned. And of course, things take time and practice, but that's not really different with video games or with programming. But just to make the material available, yeah. And I'm a huge believer in the school of learning, where you watch someone do something again and again and again, and eventually the knowledge transfers. And of course, you got to do it yourself too. But like, just the act of watching someone competent do something, has this huge educational value, or like pedagogic value, or whatever the word is, where, I don't know, but for me it's definitely like that. Like when I see someone doing something with their hands, or like literally doing it in real time, that it breaks down some kind of barrier for me. That because when I'm reading about something in theory, even if it's explained in detail how to do it, it doesn't click with me in the same way that watching someone literally type it out on the keyboard does. And I think that many people feel the same way. And so that's what I do on this channel, right? I literally type everything out in real time, and hopefully that's helpful or interesting. Anyway, I'm right. I don't know what to say about this. So I feel like I started on a subject and I ran out of ideas, but I love speedrunning. I never do it myself because I have my own obsessive interests that I like to focus on, but it's relaxing to watch someone else engage with their obsessive interest. So that's that. Anyways, thanks for listening to it, and I hope you have a wonderful and productive day. And if it's not wonderful, I hope it's at least productive. So I will see you next time. Bye.